Hello guys, welcome back to the Kraig show. Hopefully you guys are having a good one out there today. It's gonna be a short one. It depends how much I rant, obviously. It's gonna be more of a ranting episode, today. So let's get into it. So first off, we're gonna go back a couple weeks ago, actually last week, where the government finally reopened after, I believe, 43 days. Obviously I'm really happy about that. Our air traffic workers get their money back. The food stamps get their funding and people can get their food. And there's a lot of good reasons why the government is back open. I got some friends coming over to Nebraska in December, so I'm glad that the government's going to be open through then. They're going to debate about the bill in January, and we're going to get into it. So Republicans did promise Democrats to discuss on the healthcare issue, and healthcare is a big issue in the United States, I believe, and I'm very lucky to be at a young age, and a very healthy age, where I wouldn't have to worry about my health. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, I didn't have my wisdom teeth removed. I do see a dentist once in a while now. It's been, I think, what was it, like 10 years since I seen a dentist, and I started seeing one today. I mean, not today, but this year, just October, for a cracked tooth. I'm glad I didn't have to go to a dentist on a Friday, but I'm off. Anyways, healthcare is a big issue. Republicans will discuss, and Democrats will debate about that. But for now, we're going to talk about a vote that just happened today, and that is the Epstein file, Release Transparency Act, or I don't know what you want to call it, but anyways, it's basically saying release Epstein files, and a lot of Democrats and Republicans, a lot of Trump supporters voted on this issue. Democrats didn't vote, so I'm not talking about that, but still, a lot of Trump supporters voted for the Epstein files to be released, so the people who are in those files could get punished for that, for their acts, and be in jail. I agree on that. I agree that we should know who is in the Epstein files, obviously. I didn't want to know who's in it, but it's not really a big issue for me personally right now. There's a lot more issues that we need to figure out. We need to cool down inflation. Gas prices have started dropping a little bit, so that's the plus side, but we need to do more. Trump did sign a order to basically bring down prices from tariffs. I believe coffee beans, beef, and there's some more into that. But he signed a order to help those prices drop. But that won't be enough. We need to, again, have American-made prices start dropping as well. We definitely need American beef to go down. We need American eggs to go down. We need American milk to go down. We need them to start coming down. And that's a bigger issue for me, honestly. And I've been saying this on my podcast. It's going to take patience for the Trump economy to literally kick in. It's going to be probably a year and 2 years. But when that finally kicks in, it's going to kick in very fast. And it's gonna feel really good in your pockets, in my pockets, and I'm excited when that kicks in. But right now, it's kind of in the weird tradition, Like I said earlier in the year on my podcast, on my first podcast, I was trying doing it. I said it's gonna be a little bit. We're in a transition phase right now. The tariffs obviously don't help the cause. I do agree with the tariffs on certain aspects, but it's going to take a little while to get cooled down, have inflation drop, de-inflate, And yeah, it's gonna take a little bit. But everything will fall. Everything will fall. I trust Trump. I trust his team to basically make the American economy great again. But anyways, back to the Epstein files. So again, today they did a vote in, I believe, the House, Congress, and sorry, there we go. And basically, only one person said no, and that was a congressman from Louisiana. And the reason is he wants to protect the victims, or protect innocent people who may be listed in the Epstein files. So for example, let's say, like, I'm going to use an example of this real quick because I do understand this point. So let's say I've been talking to this guy, right? You know, me and him are good friends, and like, we talk a lot, for like 10 years at least. Then we kind of go our ways, right? And so then 2 years later, he's running for office, and then a scandal pops up with him. And the scandal is basically a I'm gonna say basically going into people's sex accounts and saying you're an idiot. You basically I would say more harsh words, but I don't want to. I want to keep this clean. But basically being rude, being insulting, and basically being offensive. And then and I'm using myself in this example as well as the person who's not doing that. And then people connect dots, look at me, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. I mean, I do talk to this person, but like that's all. I mean, I don't support his ideas or anything. And then this happens, and everything blows up, and my reputation gets destroyed because of the situation. But and I think that's where this is at right now, because we do want to get back people in the Epstein files, but there are names of people who are in the files that didn't do any harm. So like, you know, Donald Trump, I'm gonna say his name. I think he did nothing wrong. I think he is completely innocent of any wrongdoings. So I believe he will be on left on the hook, I believe. I don't think he's that type of person. Obviously, people say, go back to the video of him and Epstein looking at young girls. Let's just say that. There is I think it's from CNN, I believe. I remember this video. And basically, and it was public. So obviously, these women will be more like in their 25 to like 30, like in that age gap, which is perfectly normal. And also, let's not forget, Trump did host Miss America, or like he was part of, or like some way part of, Miss America. So basically, his encounters with beautiful ladies. So let's not twist anything up with that. So we get into this, and you know, I really wonder about who is all in the, like, which names will come out of this list. The innocent and the guilty. But celebrities, you know, I believe Bill Clinton is one of them, Hillary Clinton, both Clintons basically. I think they're in it for bad reasons. I don't think Obama is in it. I don't see him doing that. I don't think Biden's in it. Well, that could be debatable. But really, I don't see basically anyone in politics, like really strong into politics, in it. And if there were, I'd be surprised on seeing how many people were in it, and and things might come out on Sunday, or not Sunday, but tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm not doing a podcast, so but things come out tomorrow, and on Thursday we can talk about them. But yeah, it's really interesting. Just to see what happens the next couple of days. I mean, I just pray for the victims and pray for the innocent people whose names are in those files, that they didn't do any wrongdoings, and basically now their reputation might be getting a hit because of their names being in the Epstein files. So yeah, I mean, it's really a big question mark right now. What's gonna happen when everything does get released? I mean, again, I really hope that it's a what's the right word? It's not as big as we expect it to be. Yeah, I think it's not really big into stuff, and yeah, I mean, again, I just pray for everyone who's in the list innocently, and their names can be in the crosshairs of things, and people are saying, he did bad, he did bad, he did bad. So, again, I really hope that everything goes off smoothly, no one gets bad reputation for anything, except for the ones who did bad doings. And, yeah, and besides that, and the politics really has been getting a little boring, not gonna lie, lately. We could talk about, Mom Donnie, and we could talk about Major, Taylor Green. So, I guess lately she's been turning the tides on Trump for some reason. I really don't know what's going on. I mean, I know Trump is calling her a traitor. And there's a lot of Republicans who are disagreeing with her right now. And honestly, I really don't know what's going on with her. I really don't. I mean, it could be something that she's building her reputation, and then going for a higher secret office, or just basically getting out of politics in general. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and yeah, Nancy Pelosi retired as well. Good for her. Good for her. I don't know what was going to come first, dinosaurs or her retiring. And I'm glad that it was her retiring before the dinosaurs came back. But yeah, it's interesting. The landscape of politics these days are very interesting. I really want to get deeper into this, but there's only a certain amount I could get into with politics like right now, because currently there's other news headlines popping up in the morning every time I get to listen to the radio. Then basically in the afternoons, it's just not time, because I don't feel like listening to radios. And yeah, and I just look at the news, and I'm just looking at the articles. It's like, okay, like, what's going on here? Why is there anything really to talk about in politics that we should be talking about? But it's just the type of business we're in right now, obviously. And hopefully things ramped up, and yeah, I mean, I really do hope. So yeah, I mean, and yesterday we talked about racing, and there's a lot of things going on in the racing world. And everyone should go to that podcast and listening to those 30 minutes. But yeah, the Democrats are just switching subjects. Like, basically, they were talking about health, like, I guess, really, Democrats were more focused on basically trying to demolish Trump and fix Americans, I guess. When the government was shut down, the Democrats were trying to get health care, get on the table and talk about it, and Republicans said, let's wait until the government's back open. The government's back open, the Democrats want to talk about the Epstein files now. And, it's like, what's going on? Why did they flip-flop on this? On this subject this big, like healthcare in America. Do they really care about the American people? I know some of them do. I know some of them do care about the American people, obviously. But it makes you wonder, like, why did they flip-flop? I guess I will get more research on this on Thursday. Today wasn't really prepared, but obviously Thursday will be both racing and politics, so hopefully that'll be better. We'll talk about a little bit of football as well on Thursday. So again, we're going to end the episode here today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you want to email me to bash me if you want, I'm going to see real quick if I have any emails from you guys. I don't think so, which I'm sad. Yeah, I don't have any emails from you guys. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. I really enjoyed being here with you guys, and hopefully someday you guys can email me at the Kraig Curtis Show 2025@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description of the podcast. You can listen to this podcast on iHeart, Spotify, any platform where the podcast you can access. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.